All right, so ladies, what's going on? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about signs that a guy just wants you for sex, and I have my friend here she's gonna also chime in to let you ladies know what's going on. So,
but chiming in only to give my own personal opinion.
Yeah,
I recognize that just because I'm a woman, I'm not. I don't represent all female opinions, and if you have a different opinion, feel free to comment on this video.
All right, so basically, the reason why I want to come out with this video is because sometimes you may be dealing with a guy and you think that it's more than sex. You think that it may turn into a relationship, a long-term relationship. You think that it's going to be like a, serious thing or whatever. And he just wants sex from me. So I'm going to tell you some signs. We're going to go through some signs that this guy just wants to have sex. So so
that you'll be informed.
Yeah. So that
not so that you necessarily avoid these guys, because just having sex is cool too, right?
Yeah. So we're not saying like avoid, because I know every time you hear this stuff, it's like, oh, avoid these guys who just want to have sex with you. And the truth is, you can't avoid them, because there are times where you're not going to know until after you had sex with them a couple times.
But also, just having sex that's a totally reasonable relationship. It doesn't mean that he's a bad person. It doesn't mean you're a bad person for like wanting to enjoy that. But
yeah,
just know it is what it is, right?
I agree. So, so one of the signs that this guy just wants to have sex is he only comes to your house, or you only go to his house. So, or you might just even go to a hotel. Like, basically, anytime you guys meet up is just for sex. You don't do anything else outside of that, period. You understand? So you might have went on one date when you first met, you might have. And then after that, it was just, come to my house.
When can you come over?
Right.
When can I come over? When are we meeting up?
Right. So it's never anything where, he, takes you out or do anything else. Right. So it's just sex. Another sign is that he actually, he just randomly calls you just to hook up. So usually
booty call.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also too, basically that's it. Cause like sometimes guys will call to text you and, have a conversation with you, ask you how you're doing.
How was that job interview? How was your project?
Right.
How's your dad?
Right. And all this, but you got to watch out for this too, because sometimes they will ask you those things in conjunction with trying to get the booty call. So
that's true.
Right. So you have to look out for, let's say, a guy who does this where he says, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. And
then you launch in. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting. But I'm saying, like, if a guy says that to me, I'll, like, launch into, oh, I was doing this and this happened. And I'm feeling like I'm connecting with him beyond the sex. But then he'll be like, so let's meet up.
Right. He still just wants sex.
Right. So how do you tease that out?
No, but that's what I'm saying. If y'all are talking and either he just has a conversation with you and then that's it, where y'all have a conversation, he says, oh, well, I'll talk to you later, then that's one thing. Or if he has a conversation with you and then he says, hey, so when are you free? We should get together and get some dinner or go to a movie or something, then that's another thing. But if he says, when are you free to come back to my house, then that's just sex. So even if he's saying,
how was your
day, and talking to you about all that shit, and at the end, if he says, come through to the house, it's just sex. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand that also happens.
So to pick up on, like, the momentum of where he's going with a conversation, like, is that what you're saying? So does he actually want to know about what's going on with you? Or is he just using it as a
way to get to the sex? And you'll know by how the conversation ends. You see what I'm saying?
Or like how interested he actually seems in what you're talking about, maybe?
Yeah. But also, not even necessarily that, because guys could pretend that they're interested in what you're saying and still at the end be like, so when you free, so you can come over. You see what I'm saying? And then that's just for sex.
Right.
Also, another thing is if he doesn't introduce you to his friends after a while, like let's say, or you don't know anything about his, you know what I'm saying? Like if you've been seeing this dude for like 6, 7, 8 months, almost a year, and
there's been no
right.
Yeah.
Or you haven't introduced him to your friends, meaning like he isn't letting himself be available to meet your friends. You know what I'm saying?
Like if you're like, hey, I'm like, if he's like, hey, are you busy Friday? And you're like, oh yeah, let's meet up. Come meet me and my friends at this party, and he'll be like, oh no, I'm busy, but I can meet you after the party.
Right, exactly. So that type of shit. So he doesn't want to be involved in any of your regular life activities.
Outside of the sex.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Got
so
it.
Basically, at the end of the day, all you need to understand is that if he's not doing anything or trying to do anything with you outside of sex, he's just using you for sex. So that's how you find that out. That's how you see. That's how you know. Because a guy who actually likes you for more than sex is cool with doing things with you that have nothing to do with sex.
Huh.
You see what I'm saying?
But maybe he's just warming up to you. Maybe like it's still a new relationship. You're just like a few months in or a few weeks in, and he's just getting to know you sexually. But at a certain point, maybe it shifts, and he's like, "All right, you're cool enough."
No, I'm not saying that y'all aren't going to have sex. I'm saying that if that's the only thing that's happening, it's usually because of that. You see what I'm saying?
I'm just wondering at what point.
Because a guy will say, let's say you've been seeing a guy for like 2 months or whatever, and y'all went out 4 or 5 times, right?
And just focused on sex.
Yeah, like let's say like y'all went out that first time y'all went out on a date for that one time, and then the 3 or 4 times after that y'all just was fucking.
Yeah.
Right? Going over each other's house having sex. If he's not calling you up to say, yo, at least like it could be like this. He'd say, hey, let's go out and get something to eat, and then y'all could go have sex after that. That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? Or let's go to the movies.
So is that
and then we can have, you know what I'm saying?
Right, so being seen with you outside of the house.
Right.
Right, that means he's not. I almost don't want to say this, but I'm like I feel like sometimes guys are like, yeah, I don't really want to be associated with you
in public.
Outside.
Yeah, that's true. No, it's true. It's true. Right. There's a lot of guys who are just having sex with women, but they're embarrassed to be seen with you.
Or
because
not embarrassed.
No, they are embarrassed.
No, I'm not. But
no, I'm telling you, they are embarrassed.
Well, in my defense, I don't think they're embarrassed. Okay,
I was embarrassed. So I was like, I hope nobody see me with this woman. But go ahead. What are you saying?
Okay. Well, in the defense of women who find themselves with guys who are really just in it for sex, it could be other things. It's not necessarily that he's embarrassed to be seen with you. Maybe it's like I guess the way I'm seeing it is sometimes relationships really do start in a very sexual way, and after a little while it starts to get to a point where you're like, yo, we're pretty good sexually, and maybe let's explore some other parts of each other's lives a little more, right? So I feel like that's one thing, but I would say maybe not so much embarrassed, but like maybe the idea is that he's recognizing that you're not somebody who would fit into his life outside of the sex. Not just because he's
embarrassed.
No, okay, but what I'm trying to like paint this picture because I want to believe that guys are not. Well, I just feel like there are other reasons why guys might not
want to be seen with you in public.
There are other reasons. Come on,
it's literally because they don't look. A guy wants to be seen with you in public if he thinks you're hot. If he doesn't think you're hot, he doesn't want to be seen with you in public. It's that simple. So if you're not hot to him, he's going to be embarrassed to be seen with you in public. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say.
So I'm sure there are other reasons.
So what I'm saying is that's why he just wants to have sex with you and not be seen with you outside. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason.
What about he doesn't see you fitting into his life outside of sex?
No, but that's what I'm saying. He could also not see that, but that doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't want to be seen with you in public.
Maybe he's dating other women and he doesn't want to cause any
that could be it too, but right. I'm just saying that
I guess I'm just saying, like, it doesn't necessarily mean he's embarrassed.
No. What I'm saying is that what I'm saying is a guy, he may not want to be seen with you in public because he's messing with other girls or like, let's say he's cheating on his girlfriend. I don't know what it is, anything like that in that realm, but or maybe he just loves your sex so much that he just doesn't want to be with you in public because he just can't
stand to have your clothes on.
No, he's embarrassed. You're trying to make... Ladies, I'm sorry. Let me tell you. I'm just telling you straight up. Guys, at some point, will have sex with whoever. So sometimes that whoever is a woman that we are not that attracted to. So what happens is that if we're not that attracted to you and you're not really up to our standard as far as a woman who we would want to show off or to, be seen with in public, you're good enough to have sex with. And this goes back to just want to have sex. We feel like, okay, I can have sex with you. Maybe you got a nice body or maybe you got a nice butt or whatever that I can.
Or the sex is really good.
Yeah, the sex is really good. But he may be embarrassed to be seen with you in public because he doesn't think you're attractive, and then he doesn't want to be seen with an attractive woman because of his ego. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
but sometimes there are other reasons.
Like what?
I guess I just want to say,
instead for him being nervous about him being seen with you if he's dealing with some other woman, that's one thing. But that's usually not what it is. You understand? Because he can take you outside somewhere where the woman that he's scared that might catch him most likely wouldn't be. But if he's all the time really like not trying to be seen with you outside and it's just like...
I have another idea.
Right.
Maybe he's the kind of guy that really, how do I say this? Who really like, who's very like close with his family or whatever it is, or feels that like if he introduces a woman to his friends or his family, he wants to make sure that she's really somebody significant in his life because...
Yeah, but that's a different story.
You know what I mean? Like
that's him actually taking time to introduce her to friends and family. I'm talking about just walking down the street in public, going places with this woman. He's embarrassed.
Right, and I'm saying that the whole, like, not introducing you to his friends and not introducing you to his family, that could be... like him still getting to know, like, are you somebody who fits into his life, right?
Yeah,
and are you somebody who, who he actually wants to introduce? Because I feel like once you start introducing a partner to the people in your life who love and care about you, then you're kind of saying, it's almost like a little bit of a commitment, like a step towards committing to you as like a long-term partner. And men have this tendency to not be eager to commit super fast.
I got you. All right, so that's pretty much it, ladies. So understand that there are certain guys who are just going to want to, have sex with you. And there's nothing wrong with just having sex and hooking up and having fun, but just understand that goes down. All right, so that's pretty much it. Listen, if you have any questions, make sure you click the link below and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do two quick things. One, I want you to click the link below and send me your questions. If you have any questions on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. And two, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, 7 highly effective steps for finding and keeping a man. And I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.